So, I was told today that my webcam is a little off. So I was told today that I was supposed to make this video with my cats. Unfortunately, I think they're all sleeping right now. Azazel! Hello, Azazel. Do you want to be in the vid? Alright, I got you, I'd hope. You said, here we go. Whoop, 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 we're going on an adventure. Boom! That's Azazel. He's a cat. And today, on Wednesday afternoon worship at the request of Wiffle Possum Productions, no screenshot here, because he said it over Discord, we're cracking open empty graves once again, and we're homebrewing some more for an ancient Osirian deity. This time, it's Bastet. If you're liking what you're seeing, like, subscribe, ding the bell, stay caught up on all of your Pathfinder 1st and 2nd edition coverage that is soon to explode on this channel. You ever seen that meme of Shaq doing this and the cats doing this? Yeah, that's me. That is the best any kind of anything I can say regarding Pathfinder 2nd edition right now. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here for cat. So, today, this video, of course, was brought to you in part by the man who requested it, Wiffle Possum Productions. And as you know, if you watch our social media, we will be playing the Age of Ashes adventure path. Not only will this wonderful specimen of nerd be joining us, also, he will be drawing, once again, all of our characters. Super stoked to see that sweet art. My friend, thank you as always for your support, your help, your friendship, having hilarious dragon buddies. Now, let's dive in. So, in ancient Egypt, Bastet originally was a fierce lioness warrior goddess worshipped in Lower Egypt. Eventually, this lion warrior aspect was given to the goddess Sekhmet. Bastet was characterized as the more gentle aspect. Nevertheless, she remained a protector of Lower Egypt, a defender of the king, and by extension of the king, a protector of the sun god Ra himself. She has been depicted fighting the snake Apep, despite being just a little tiny kitty, and was also a goddess of pregnancy and childbirth because of the fertility of the domestic cat, or for some of my friends who might live in smaller communities where feral cat tribes, dare I say, are rather prevalent. Yeah, no, we understand that one completely, I am sure. This is one of the more minor deities of the Egyptian pantheon, and as we know, the Egyptian pantheon has been ported basically one-to-one into Pathfinder. A long time ago in ancient Osirian, these gods were worshipped. Over time, the core deities kind of took hold. The ancient Osirian deities turned their attention elsewhere, aka Earth. But present day, at least I'm hoping still in 2nd edition, fingers crossed, cults of these deities have sprung back up. And in Pathfinder, Bastet is worshipped as a goddess of cats and a deity of celebration, pleasure, and secrets. She also guards against contagious diseases, evil spirits, and snakes, and is associated with protective ointments and perfumes and things. She appears as a beautiful woman with the head of a cat, often depicted holding a rattle-like instrument called a sistrum, as well as a small shield, usually decorated with the head of a lion. Normally, Bastet is indolent and relaxed, not unlike, cats and things. But nevertheless, as we've seen in ancient Egyptian mythology, she has in fact faced off against the ancient great serpent Apep, usually on behalf of Ra. Bastet, of course, is a popular goddess amongst bards and women of all classes, and she's the patron of spies, rogues, and thieves. Most of her clerics are women, though men are welcome to the priesthood, and both genders work as sacred prostitutes in the temples. Yeah, you knew you were going there with the fertility goddess, didn't you? Or should I say, I guess, meow. Devotees of Bastet often keep cats as pets, and these sacred animals are reverently mummified and buried alongside their masters upon death. So, lots of today's video will be homebrew. Gotta bring it forward for everybody who's still holding down that Pathfinder 1st edition territory, which we still will. We're gonna do both. I like both. Both are sweet. So, let's get down to it, shall we? If you think you can do it better, it goes in the comments. Fortunately, I have at least a little bit to work with this time. So with no further ado, Bastet, the sly enchantress herself, of course, is chaotic neutral. Her domains are animal, chaos, charm, protection, and trickery, with the subdomains deception, defense, fur, lust, protean, and thievery. Of all the things in the world to have as a favored weapon, her favorite weapon is the Tekokagi, and her symbol, a golden cat. And homebrew time. Performing Bastet's obedience requires nothing specific. So long as you are able to do what it is you want to do, oppose evil, and cause no harm to felines or pregnant individuals or children, your obedience is complete. However, if you own a cat, have a cat or cat-like familiar, or are in a party with someone who does, cast a beneficial spell or feed the cat, ensuring it can remain Bastet's eyes and ears on watch. In return, here's a pretty powerful one. Gain an enhancement bonus to your dexterity equal to 1/3 of your hit dice, and if you don't get that joke, we can't be friends. Sentinel Boons, it's Alarm 3 times a day, Alpha Instinct twice a day, or Animal Ambassador once a day. At 16th level, you gain the service of a loyal Caracal, which is treated as a small cat. Animal Companion, treating your level as your druid level. If you are a hunter, you may have an additional aspect active on this animal companion. If you already have an animal companion, your Caracal is treated as if your druid level was 4 lower. And at 20th level, you may divide your effective druid level amongst any number of animal companions. This stacks with your Caracal companion. So a 20th level druid who did not take Boon Companion would have an effective druid level of 36. In addition, you may immediately retrain any feat you possess to Boon Companion. Yeah, I know, sounds super powerful, but by level 20, when we're fighting things that are super powerful, and now we have to suddenly find all of the magic items for all of those cats we just spawned, to be honest, I think it's pretty balanced. The big 6 is important for a reason. Moving forward, Exalted Boons. It's Callback 3 times a day, Familiar Figment twice a day, or Familiar Mending once a day. See where I'm going with this? At 16th level, you gain the service of a Dwemer Cat Cub Improved Familiar, with the abilities equal to a Wizard's Familiar of your level. If you already have a Familiar, this Familiar replaces your current Familiar. If you are a Witch, your new Familiar arrives with a number of spells of the highest level you can cast equal to your casting modifier. Gotta pad out that spellbook, right? Of course. And at 20th level, your Familiar gains the ability to cast Power Word Kill once a day. And with the Evangelist Boons, it's Charm Person thrice a day, Cat's Grace twice a day, or Charm Monster once a day. At 16th level, you gain a bonus on bluff checks equal to half your hit dice. At 20th level, you may cast Dimension Door 3 times per day as a spell-like ability. All the cats. Despite serving a lawful neutral deity, despite fighting chaotic evil, chaotic neutrals within 1 step of chaotic evil. For our anti-paladin code, our cat-flavored anti-paladin code, let's try something like this. I do what I want, when I want, and I take orders from no one, save Bastet herself. Plague, disease, and creatures of evil may eventually turn on me. Society protects me from them, and so I will endeavor to stop them from harming society. Pleasure, desire, and celebration are the cornerstones of healthy living. I will indulge in all of the above as often as I am able, and when angered, I am an engine of destruction. Woe unto those who stand against me. And if you make Bastet really happy, of course she's passing out boons. Thanks, Planner Adventures. For Bastet, let's say you may speak with all feline-like creatures as an extraordinary ability permanently. Now, Bastet's really interesting. So too is Sekhmet, truly. Both deities are chaotic neutral. Both deities involve things that we don't consider to be on the other side of the alignment chart. Sekhmet swinging in destruction and blood and stuff. Bastet bringing in lust, charm, the bard things. Yet both of these deities, nevertheless, still answer to a lawful neutral deity and have fought several times on that deity's behalf. The thing about having different kinds of pantheons is you can see things like this. It's a really good example of how two diametrically opposed alignments can work together. A chaotic neutral deity can have a chaotic evil servant, a lawful neutral deity may have a lawful good servant, but they both know that there are greater evils out there. The best example I can think of for this is an example that we used once here on the channel during the playtest, and one I'm using now in a home game. Ancient Osirion had a lot of ties in, a lot of dealings with an esoteric, super spooky space empire known as the Dominion of the Black. I had to explain this to the party recently. They want to convert, contort, subvert, make in their own image everything they can, and destroy everything they cannot. When something has arrived from deep space that wants nothing more than the eradication of everything, yeah, no, you need to call in the people who know what destruction looks like, the people who know how to slip behind enemy lines unnoticed. So I think it's really cool that Ra has all these, like, not lawful servants in his court. And if I were to GM for Ancient Assyrian characters again, God, this would be like the third time now. I like Ancient Egypt, what can I say? That's basically the goal here. Uniting against the greater evil. By any means necessary, as long as I get to pick those means, as long as no one tells me what to do, short of, hey, these guys are bad, we're in danger, protect us. Yet when the adventure is over, you go back to bard memeing. It's an entirely different feel, and it gives the characters who want to do bard memeing, perish the thought, motivation to actually participate in the game. So hey, if you've got a terrible bard, introduce them to Bastet. Give them a divine mandate to stay on the railroad. Just kidding, railroads are bad, but I think we all get my meaning. Anyway, what do you guys think about Bastet? What do you guys think about the ancient Egyptian pantheon at large, as it appears in Pathfinder? Are we hoping to see it in 2nd edition? I am. I'm hoping we see that really fast, I'm not gonna lie. Have we played Mummy's Mask? Have we worshipped these gods in our home games? Let me know about it in the comments below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Next week on Wednesday afternoon worship, maybe then we will get to Belial. We'll see. Patron sniping is real. Next week's a pretty important day though. Next week is, Pathfinder 2nd edition Eve. Super stoked. I'll see you guys then.